Today, we're talking about Binance and chain migrations. What does it actually mean? What the heck is going on right now? And a lot more. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Crypto Bobby. I hope you are having a great day, great night, wherever you are watching or listening in from. And today's big discussion, the big buzz, as well as really like one of the more interesting things that's happening in cryptocurrency right now is Binance Chain. What happened with Mithril today and their chain migration and the token price, and then just in general, what is going on with Binance and the BNB coin, because it's really been one of the more incredible things to witness in the cryptocurrency space. So I definitely want to dive into all of that and more in a very balanced approach, because I think there are very argumentative sides to both ends of the spectrum. And I want to like paint a picture for each side of the house without really giving you too much and allowing you to draw your own conclusions, and then asking for feedback at the end of this as well. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that thumbs up button as we get into this as well. So if you're not aware, Binance and the Binance DEX, which is one of the big things that Binance has been working on lately, has recently launched. And today a crypto project, Mithril, came out and tweeted about their chain migration. And right now, currently, Mithril is an ERC20 token, which is on the Ethereum network. The majority of tokens out there are ERC20 tokens. And what is occurring is Mithril tweeted out that they are migrating their token from ERC20 to the Binance chain due to a variety of benefits that they wanted to talk about. And as soon as they tweeted about this, the price of Mithril went up about 60%. It is now still up over 40%. Pretty crazy to see, pretty crazy to think about. But not only did Binance go up substantially, but it was also kind of advertised as well, and it was kind of bragged about on Twitter by CZ from Binance. And if we look, you could see somebody talking about the Binance chain effect is here already. And CZ says, well, guess how many projects will queue up for the token migration now? And taking a step back, looking at it, you have a variety of companies that are ERC20 tokens that probably don't actually utilize the Ethereum blockchain that much, other than utilizing an ERC20 token for token speculation. And they are now probably looking at this opportunity with Binance as a way to increase the value of their token, especially when you have CZ publicly saying on Twitter that he wants to court these individuals to come to Binance and the Binance chain. And I think it's really interesting because there is a pretty big dichotomy in the space between CZ. You have people that think he is the best operator, the most innovative individual in the cryptocurrency space, the smartest CEO of the best, most innovative company. And then you have people that think he is a scam artist and not exactly what he seems, and the owner of the biggest shitcoin exchange that got rich off of an ICO and took in a bunch of non-dilutive funding. The answer is probably somewhere in between. And we'll look at a variety of factors there, but not only when we see the price of Mithril and what it's doing, and the fact that really is there a reason for a 60% increase moving your token from an ERC20 token to a Binance chain? Probably not. But it's brought up a really interesting debate, because there are now people asking, is this bad for Ethereum? Is this something that, Ethereum should be really worried about? And shout out to Nathaniel Whitmore at NLW on Twitter. He posed this question. Competition around token migration is fascinating. I'm interested in the pulse of crypto Twitter here. Does Binance Chain represent an existential threat to Ethereum? The answer is there were about 1,500 responses. You had about 20% saying yes, 43% saying no, 17% said threat but not existential, and about 20% said I don't care, whatever. And the way I look at it is, I think it is a threat in some respects, but it's not an existential threat. And the reason that I think it's not an incredibly massive existential threat is because they're very different. And why do I think that they're very different? I think there's a certain element of centralization around Binance, and obviously a focus on CZ and a centralized company. When you're looking at a decentralized blockchain, you have a very central figurehead behind it. A lot of people give Ethereum shit all the time because Ethereum has a dear leader. Ethereum has Vitalik. It has this, this bad person that is there to kind of run the show. And if you think Ethereum is centralized, like, hello, welcome to what you have going on with Binance, and the fact that CZ is way more centralized and kind of way bigger and more. It's just a more centralized thing that, in my opinion, it's an interesting thing to keep an eye on. But I don't think the projects necessarily compare, and I don't think that they're totally competitive in many respects. But when we look at what's happening with Binance, it's really incredible. BNB, in a sense, is absolutely incredible. Why is it incredible? You look at the cryptocurrency marketplace. Right now, Bitcoin is down 74% from its all-time high. 74% is a lot. It is down 74% from its all-time high. You have other cryptocurrencies. You have Ethereum is down 88% from its all-time high. Guess how far Binance is down from its all-time high, or BNB is down from its all-time high? It is down 2%. That's it. 2% from its all-time high in the heart of the 2017-2018 bull run. Out of all the cryptocurrencies in the mid to large cap on on-chain FX, that is by far the best. And it's interesting because I hear a lot of people talking in the, in Telegram groups and even suggesting to other projects, like, you need to do what BNB is doing. You need to do what CZ does. And what fascinates me about that is Binance plays on a different playing field than the majority of cryptocurrency projects out there. The regulations that they play under are very different. The jurisdictions that they play under are very different. And because of that, they can do certain things, especially US-based projects, but other jurisdictions as well. They just can't do them. Binance specifically goes out of its way for the benefit of token holders to accrue value to the token. CZ purposely talks about the value of their token. Try to find a US-based project that is a quote-unquote utility token that goes out of its way to talk about increasing the value and tweets about the value of their token. You won't find it, because or if you do find it, those individuals will be fined or they will be in jail sooner rather than later. Because if you look at everything that the SEC has done with these US-based projects, every time that a US project gets in trouble, it's because in their white paper they were talking about value accrual to their token, or they were talking about that in some social media or something like that. That's one of the big things that people get in trouble for, is basically making their token a value capturing security. And people argue all the time that, yes, BNB is an illegal security, but Binance doesn't seem to care. They don't. And because of that, they're able to accrue value to their token, artificially or not, to the point where it is now as valuable as it was in US dollar terms as it was in 2017, 2018. Bitcoin wise, BTC pair, it is up way higher than it was, which is really incredible to think about. And it brings up the point as a whole. Like, a lot of this does come down to CZ and his ability to take any situation and turn it into a positive. And whether or not you like CZ, whether or not you think Binance is a massive shitcoin factory, and like all the stuff with the IEOs and all that type of thing, CZ has constantly been able, through the history of Binance, going from summer of 2017 till now. When summer of 2017 it was a twinkle in his eye, till now when it is really the biggest cryptocurrency exchange out there, has gone and taken every single negative or potentially negative impact, negative event, whether it's been downtimes or just FUD or whatever it might be, people scared about security breaches, whatever it might be. Funds or SAFU, basically memeing that into existence. He's done a variety of things. And if you even look at what happened with the BSV scenario recently, where Bitcoin Satoshi's vision came out, and that was an opportunity which I thought was absolutely genius. When you look at Binance, it is one of the biggest, let's say, shitcoin factories out there. It is the biggest. And because of that, you would think, Bitcoin maximalists will hate Binance, will hate CZ. Well, how do you kind of get the support of a Bitcoin maximalist? You go and you really stand up for the Bitcoin maximalists, or the Bitcoin advocates that are fighting against BSV, that are standing up against Craig Wright and the other folks out there in the face of what are potentially frivolous lawsuits, and you delist BSV before anybody else has done that. You set the precedent, and then you leave all the other exchanges on their heels because you've created so much positive awareness to Binance that you have Kraken listing polls about should we do this. You have all these other companies following suit because Binance took a calculated risk, because CZ takes these calculated risks over and over and over, and every freaking time they pan out to their benefit. It has been incredible to watch how they execute, regardless of the fact whether or not you think it is a potentially illegal security or there's some shady elements that you don't like about it. It's crazy to watch them just keep winning and keep winning and keep winning over and over and over again. And now it might be happening again with this Binance Chain and this DEX migration. It's nuts to watch, but it's something that is absolutely worth keeping an eye on. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the YouTube comments if you're watching on YouTube, or hit me up at crypto_Bobby on Twitter as well if you're listening on the podcast or you just like Twitter. I would love to hear your thoughts. Is Binance one of the most innovative companies, and is CZ one of the most trustworthy people out there, or is it the opposite for you? Do you think CZ is a scam artist that's playing the crypto community like a fiddle, and that the Binance will eventually be an illegal security and the whole exchange will go down in flames and all that stuff? I would love to hear your thoughts, because that helps me to just understand where the community's at as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button as always. And if you are listening on the podcast, make sure to leave a rating and a review. Thank you so much for your time. Crypto Bobby signing out. Hope you have a good one. Peace.